Well, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since I've been able to upload, as I've been pretty busy with work. I've not really been back home since September, since the last session with my brother, and to be honest, this session here just came out of the blue. I'm still away with work, but managed to find a quick afternoon just to pop off. So I'm down here at Todber Manor. The only lake I could get onto is Wadmill, which I've fished evening sessions on before in the past. Never really done too many overnighters here, but yeah, feeling pretty underprepared. Wasn't expecting to be able to get a session in until probably end of October, beginning of November, but really happy to be out here. It's pretty overcast, to be fair. There's been a lot of rain in the last week. There's been a lot of floods in the southwest and south of England, and I'm not really sure if much is coming out. Haven't seen much as I've walked around the lake, but what I've managed to do is I've slotted myself in the top left-hand corner of the lake, away from any anglers. The lake's pretty full, and I think there's only probably about 3 or 4 pegs to actually pick from, so I've come in the bottom corner. I've never fished this bit before, and to be honest, bait, I didn't really have much with me because I wasn't expecting to fish, so what I'd normally like to use I don't have, but luckily the shop here is pretty good, so I was able to stock up. Just here till tomorrow morning because I've got to get back into work, but I mean, hopefully we'll get 1 or 2 fish. I've had some really productive sessions here in the past, but I'm not feeling that confident, just purely because it's such a last minute thing. But hey, we're on the bank and we're fishing, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I endeavour to try and get as many episodes uploaded as regularly as possible onto this channel, and try and fish all around the country really, so you're never seeing many of the same sessions at the same venues twice. If you do enjoy this video, please remember to click the like button. It takes about 2 seconds and it helps just boost the video and share it with more people. So I'm going to get on with setting up the rest of my tackle because, to be honest, I'm in absolute clip right now. And then I'll come back to you in a bit once I've managed to sort my life out and just talk you through what we're doing today. Well, as you can probably see from the carnage here, just had a double take. Wasn't expecting it. It can get pretty prolific here. What I'll do is I'll get this fish on the mat, we'll have a look at it, and then I'll talk you through how that happened. Well, that's a nice little result. So we've got this lovely common here. Hey. Just gone 16 pounds, fell to a solid bag. I'd literally just done the intro and got a double take, so it's a blank out the way. This place can be really prolific, especially in the evening. I've had up to kind of 15, 16 fish just in the afternoon. Wasn't sure what to expect, but yeah, that's the blank out the way, so let's see what we can do now. Right then, well, now all that ensuing chaos is over, I'll talk you through what I'm using. So, I mean, what I've always found here is, rather than fishing big beds of bait, it's more about finding a spot where the fish are. Now, Wadmill's an incredibly pressured lake. It's got high stock, and what I find is fish tend to set off a lot of the angling pressure. So if you find a quiet little spot just away from other anglers, then you're quite often in with a good shout of being able to get a good bend in the rod or two. What we're doing today, right, is we're using the age-old German rig solid bag that I use everywhere. With that, my mix, like I said, is a bit of a real mix, to be honest, more than what I'd usually be using. So I've got a mixture of pellets in there, old faithful golden sweet corn, bit of tuna flakes, and then I'm using a bit of the Smart liquid and the isotonic again. This time of year I like to start using more fruity baits, and yeah, I mean, I don't think the fish in here are too fussy, to be honest. Like I said, I've always found just solid bags with a bright coloured wafter or a pop-up. If you find a spot where they are, it can be prolific and it can just go and go and go. What I'm going to do now is redo these bags, get them back out on the spot again, and yeah, hopefully we'll get another one. If you're interested in the rig that I'm using, then please check out the link in the description to my video where I actually tie that rig and show you the componentry that I use. I use it for all my fishing, whether I'm using solid bags or I'm casting distance leads, that sort of thing. Absolutely swear by the German rig. So wind's getting up, I'm gonna crack on with tying the rigs. So she's probably not much bigger than the last one, probably even smaller to be fair. Came to that little red Northern Special wafter in the solid bag to that overhanging tree, so if she'll do us the honours rather than kicking the crap out of me, we'll show you it now. Look at that. Hey. Chill out. Pretty little fish, gave a really good fight, and as you can see, still not giving up on the bank. There we go. Look at that. That's nice fish to kick off the second one. Right, it's really not happy, so we'll see if we can get her up one last time, and then we'll get her back in. There you go. Happy days. Look at that. Fish number 2. Not bad for a late October session. So, as you've just seen there on that clip, lost a fish on the left-hand rod, and then shortly after I'd got reset, right-hand rod finally set off, and yeah, lifted into nothing. There are a few F1s in this lake, so I think they were kind of finicky bites, almost like bream F1 type bites, so I'm pretty sure that's what that was. But hey, at least that's all 3 rods on the dance floor now, and there's fish around them. In terms of wadmill, so like I said, fished it a lot just on afternoons, evening sessions. It's good for that sort of fishing really, if you've got a few hours to kill and you want to get a decent bend in the rod. The stock, I'm not sure what's in here. There's hundreds of fish. On the website it says it goes from kind of high singles up to 30s. I don't think there's many 30s in here at all really, but I've had fish up here in here up to about £25, something like that. And yeah, I've had quite a decent run of 20s. On the last evening session I did down here, yeah, I had 5 20s in one evening, along with a load of mid-high doubles, so yeah, there's a decent head of fish. Would have preferred to have been on big haze or little haze or willow bank, but you know, I'm just buzzing to be out fishing again. Yeah, September with my brother was the last time I got out. I've had a lot going on since then, which is why I've not been posting as regularly. I've finally moved back down south, got set up in London, and yeah, been away in Wales with work since probably about mid-September, well, beginning of September, end of August. So this is the first real bit of time I've had off. Missed at a wedding this weekend. I didn't get finished till late this afternoon with work, which is why I just decided, you know, I'd pop over here and get a bend in the rod. So next time I'll be out after this, I've actually got a social with my mate Alan up at Drayton. I think we're doing 48 hours, and that's at the end of November. Hopefully I'll squeeze in a few sessions on my own between that. Farlow's is only about 35-40 minutes from my house now, so I'm planning on getting over there, getting line bites there. When this place switches on, it really does absolutely go. Absolutely love it here. It's great for a bend in the rod and just to kind of really get your confidence back on tactics. Kit was in an absolute world of it when I got here. Since that last session with my brother, it's just been in the back of the van, and yeah, it got crushed and moved around and messed up with, like, obviously filling my van with all our stuff to move down south. But we're finally out, finally doing things, and yeah, it's good. So I'm going to leave it there. I need to get some food as I haven't eaten all day. Misjudged a fart earlier on yesterday and haven't eaten since then, so feeling like I can just about get some food down me now. So next time you see me, I'll hopefully be into a decent fish. Right then, so gents, this one here, bit of scale damage on it there just from the fight, which we've just put some of the propolis on, but look at this, it's 20 pounds on the nose, and yeah, could not be happier with that one. I mean, proper apple slice scales. It came again to that middle rod with the red northern special on it, and yeah, that spot's really kicking off now. Let me just show you the other side quickly, if she'll let me. Stunning fish this, lads. Stunning, stunning, stunning fish. Well, finally got a bit of food in me. I've been eating pot noodles on the bank since, God, must have been about 8 or something like that, maybe even younger. Absolute staple of the carp angler. Yeah, it's quite busy today, as I'd already said. And with that, and with it being more of the runs water, yeah, you get a lot of anglers that are new to the sport, which is great. You also get guys that just don't really respect the water. Some guys forward right of me, probably about 4 or 5 pegs up, just banging out heavy drum and bass, shouting, and yeah, just generally being inconsiderate. Bit of a tip for anyone that's like that on the bank, just be aware that other people are here. They like a bit of peace and quiet. I'm all for music, love a bit of drum and bass electro myself, but not when I'm sat on a bank out in the country, countryside. Yeah, just have a bit of respect for the other anglers. I feel sorry for the guys on the pegs either side of them, because it's fucking loud, but hey, they seem to be quiet at the moment, so I'm going to sit here, enjoy the pot noodle. Temperature's dropped, so probably get some warm kit on, but other thing that I meant to say earlier on is the water, wow, the temperature's just dropped. It is cold, noticeably cold. Fish are noticeably cold when you get them out of the water, and when you're releasing them, yeah. That downpour of rain, those floods that we had this last week have really had an effect on it. But, I mean, still getting liners, still a lot of time to play. I think I'm probably going to leave maybe 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, but we'll see how it goes. If someone jumps in the peg over there, just behind me, then this water's going to get very cramped, and to be honest, I don't like fishing on top of other people. I like to have my space and my peace and quiet, which obviously you don't get on busy day tickets that often, but I mean, by that point I've had 3 fish now, lost a couple, so even if I have to pull off tomorrow morning, I'll still be pretty happy with what's happened. Yeah, good one to shake the legs out on before we go to Farlow's and Drayton. Yeah, so I'll leave you guys to it. It's going to get dark pretty soon as well, but happy that we're on the bank. As you can see, light's fading, but got a proper little dumpy fish here. Looks like a stocky, and I know Mark Simmons supplies a lot of fish to Todber, so I'm thinking it might be one of his. Stunning fish, just gone over 17 pounds there. It's got some great little starburst scales. Yeah, appears to have no hook holds. Mine seemed to be the first bit of damage, or first hook hold to its mouth, and it just didn't know when to give up. So yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with that one. Came off the left-hand rod, which is the one right down the margin, and I think probably my favourite fish of the session. I'll show you the other side. It's got that typical kind of protruding like bulge on the rib cage. Like a bit of a lump, but you know, nice young fish that. Happy. Let's get her back. Evening light's starting to fade now, and yeah, wind's totally dropped down. Had that last fish on my left-hand rod, straight down the margin there, tucked in away. Actually cheated with that one, used the bait boat to get it down there, and subsequently it's the only backlead that I've got on as well, so it's all nice and pinned down. Red Northern Special wafters seem to be doing the business, but I mean, what I find with this place is it's more the spot rather than the bait. I find most wafters, particularly like high-vis wafters, will do the trick here. It's just a matter of finding them and just casting around until you get one of the rods fishing, and you know that as soon as you find one of those spots, you're going to be in with a shout of quite a few fish. It's really quite strange, because on pegs further down the lake that are more in open water, I've actually tried fishing like 2-3 rods on the spot, and I've done that once. I've found a spot where they're happy to feed and I've got a few fish. I've put the other 2 rods to the left and right of it, but those rods just sit there pretty dormant, and it's the one rod that initially started catching the fish on that tends to go off, so it's quite strange in here. Yeah, I found that spotting tends to kill it on wadmill as well, which is why I just like doing my solid bag approach. I think it'll be an interesting night. So what's that now? I think we're on 4 fish, and I've just realised I've actually broken that 20-pound mark that I wanted to, even if it was literally on the dot. So hopefully we'll have another one, but that's over 20, which will make it a bit more solid, because I mean that was by literally like give or take on the scales depending on what you think. Middle rod's just gone off there, as you can see. I reckon new target for this session, see if we can get into double figures with the fish. I mean I've done maybe 1 or 2 nights on here in the past, and I've had to reel in about 10 o'clock at night because the rods just keep going off and off and off. Don't think that's going to be the case tonight. I mean, it is coming towards the end of October, so I'm happy with the results so far. A couple of people around me have had fish, but I mean, I've been the only one that's consistently been catching so far, which is epic. Now I'm down south. I'm going to be working in and around the Salisbury area from Tuesdays to Thursdays, and I'm really trying to find a syndicate that I'm able to fish at those nights that I'm here, so I don't have to stay at work. If anyone knows of any syndicates that either renew their membership at the beginning of next year or are about to bring forward a winter ticket that I could jump on, then please just DM me. You can find me on YouTube, obviously. I meant Instagram then. I've now got an Instagram page which is linebites_YT. All 50 followers that I've got on there, if you fancy seeing what I get up to, it's a way of direct messaging me as well, so just get hold of us on there, and I'll be more than grateful for any advice, because I have been based in the southwest before, but I've mainly stuck to the day tickets just purely because of time and ease of access. So yeah, if I could be directed somewhere in and around maybe an hour's drive of Salisbury, Amesbury way, that would be absolutely outstanding. I'm gonna get another brew on. Forgot my not flask, my cup. So I'm now doing that age-old thing of drinking out of a pot noodle cup with yeah, a bit of hint of curry in there. So gonna continue to do that. Get myself an early night, as UFC's on tonight, and it's Paulo Costa v Marvin Vettori, which will be an interesting enough fight. So I'm gonna get up early and watch that in the morning. Leave you with a few shots of the dying light, and hopefully the action continues. Just watching the Bellator fight on BBC, and yeah, middle rod absolutely tore away. It's coming up about half 8, 7:45 now. Yeah, it's been quite quiet. I've heard fish boshing, but not really seen anything. And this very lively 22.3 mirror came out, and I mean, just look at its tail. It's got this tiny little tail. It's beating me up to an absolute pulp here on the mat. It continues to do so. Just chill out and then you can go. Hey. Right. So let's see if we can. Let's see if he'll grace it with a picture quickly. There we go. Right. There you go. 22.3 of Wadmill mirror. Look at that tail there. It's like deformed halfway up it. But yeah, very happy with that, and we're well and truly into the 20s now. So let's see if he'll let us check the other side. and then we're getting back. There we go. Look at that. Lovely fish. That tail is hilarious. I'm gonna call you Shorty. Right then, let's get him back. It's coming up about 3:45 now in the morning, and it's been a really quiet night so far. Been getting liners and liners and liners, but nothing's materialised. But finally, we've been graced with another fish. Say, no bigger than kind of 14 pounds, if that. But yeah, came off the left-hand margin rod on the Northern Special, and yeah, incredibly lively fish. It is like a block of ice. It's freezing, but yeah, there you go. Take a look at that. Lovely little fish. Absolutely no complaints from me. Let's get her back because she is bloody lively. Well, guys, we've got another very lively mirror. Beautiful fish. Probably about maybe 15, 16, and yeah, same again. Came to the left-hand rod. Down that margin, it's really kicking off. Just as I got this one in, had another take on the middle rod, but unfortunately that fish fell off. So we just got this one now. I think this is either 6 or 7. I'll double check in the morning. But yeah, there you go. Another nice little one. Not the biggest fish in the world, but you know, it's great sport. Yeah, it's really kicking off on that spot. I'm going to bring the rods in now for about an hour or so I can get a decent bit of kip. There's fish number, I think that's 7 now. Awesome. Not bad account that we've got for the evening. Right then, we'll pop you back, mate, because you're not the happiest in the world. Alright. Well, it's just coming up. What are we on? Probably about 8:30, 8:45, and like I said to you after that last fish there, I was going to pull the rods in, have a proper few hours of sleep, and yeah, then redo it again. So I think we're on 7 fish now, maybe. So well on our way to getting that 10 fish target, hopefully. Spot was really kicking off, but I mean, having been working pretty much every day since the 5th of September, and not having had any time off, I really needed to just get a couple of hours sleep because I'm absolutely knackered. So I'm hoping that last few hours of the day will be productive. I'm going to stick around until about midday, I think. Just take it easy, have a slow pack down, so we should have a bit more time to get a few on the bank. It's quietening down now. There's a lot of anglers leaving, which is great, because it has been incredibly noisy. It was incredibly noisy last night, and yeah, a lot of people running up and down the banks, and it's kind of why I don't like fishing day tickets at the weekend. This place is a brilliant fishery. I absolutely love it here. But yeah, last night was very noisy. Redo all 3 rods now, get them back out. I'm going to get a bit of scoff on the go, and yeah, get a bit of B-roll footage for you guys so that you can see what it's like. I think I've timed it pretty well with the mix as well. I think by the time I finish the session, that'll be it, complete, which is great. So I think in total I'll have used maybe 4 or 5 kilo of solid bag mix, which isn't bad. so it's been maybe an hour or two since I last updated you guys. I'm going to start packing down shortly. The lake's got even busier than it was now, and it's completely full, which is why I've gone down to 2 rods. And to be honest, had a decent session. Going to go back, get showered and get ready to continue with work. Hopefully have something in the next 30-40 minutes whilst I'm packing down. Had some lines on the left hand rod again, but if not, yeah, it's not been a bad session really, considering it was so last minute and I was really under prepped. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember just to subscribe and like. It helps push the video in that weird YouTube algorithm, and yeah, just encourages me to keep on making more content. So until next time, remember, you can find me on YouTube now on linebots_YT, and yeah, if you're on the bank, tight lines. So I don't know if you guys will recall, but at the beginning of the session, said I'd lost my back leathers and could only find one. Literally searched all over my kit. Just as I'm packing away now, just been opening one of the other pouches up and found 3 out of the 4 that I knew I had. So another point there for admin. Great that. Well, at least I haven't lost them, because they're not exactly the cheapest thing for a bit of cord and lead. Right guys, I will see you next time. Enjoy, and yeah, tight lines, wet nets.